Howdy folks, today's video is my January reading wrap up. I always mess up on the month because I don't know what day it is and what month it is, let alone what year it is, because that's crazy. I don't see how it's already 2025, but it is. I literally the other day wrote 2023 on something important actually. I think it might have been a check or something. I literally wrote 2023. So I have no sense of time right now, or year. I don't know how much that has to do with each other, but whatever. So I'm going to be talking about the books and the audiobooks I read in this, or last month, I guess. The first one is I Am Number 4 by Pittacus Lore, although that's a pen name and I don't know what his actual name is, but yeah. This is basically Superman meets Teen Wolf, basically. It's really good. I absolutely loved it. It was so good. It's YA, but it's like, I think it would be fun for slightly older young adults, like new adults or whatever. But either way, I loved it, and I'm 16. But yeah, this book was so good. It's about a 15-year-old boy who does in fact act older than his age. I always thought he was older than he was actually supposed to be, but I don't know. He felt older. But that's besides the point. He is an alien. He comes from Lorian, I think. And their planet got invaded by these other peoples, like Magadorians, I think. Him and 9 or 8 other kids got sent off in a rocket to go to Earth to hide out there with adults to train them. And these kids have superhuman abilities like hearing, strength, speed, that sort of thing. And then once they start getting older, like 15, 16, they develop legacies, which are like their own specific, unique, most of the time, abilities. I think there's fire, water stuff, invisibility, and flying and stuff. I don't know. There's a bunch of things that you could have. But this is just the story, or the first book in the series, of this guy. They're on the run, him and Henry, his mentor, I guess. I forgot what they actually call it, but they are living in this small town. They just moved there, and John makes friends, meets new people, and has to go through developing these legacies and like figuring things out and staying hidden. And the Magadorians, they found out they are actually on Earth and like searching them out actively. The most important part is these 9 kids that were sent to Earth, they all are like superhumans. And they all had a charm that they have to separate to actually work. So they all have to be killed in order. So that's why he's number 4, because he's 4th in line. And when this starts, it starts out with the 3rd person dying. So he is next in line, which makes it a lot higher stakes. Hey, Adrian, come here. Get my lap. But yeah, overall, I absolutely love this book. The adventure and the friendships, so much fun. Kind of predictable, but it was still really fun, and I'm excited to read the next book in the series. I think there's like 7 books, maybe more. But yeah, it's a really good, fun, new thing, because it's like almost sci-fi, but it's not, because it's current day on Earth, but it's basically like sci-fi. The next book I read was Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter. The second book to Better Than the Movies, which I absolutely love that book. It's literally right here. And I have this version and the one with the sprayed edges. I bought this and then just had it on my shelf. And then I found out that there was a bunch of other ones that came out, all with the same cute things, including the do-over. And I just had to get the whole set. And I didn't own these 2, which made it perfect. And then I own all 3 now. That's besides the point. I absolutely loved Nothing Like the Movies, and I reread it last year before Nothing Like the Movies came out, because I was going to just like read them both in a row, but then I got intimidated and it came out later than I thought, and then I just had to put it off because it scared me. And I also wanted to buy the paperback because obviously this is annoying to have the different sizes and stuff. But I reread this, annotated it fully, loved it so much, even as much as I loved it the first time. Whatever. So I read this. This is absolutely infuriating, but I also loved it. The first like 200 or more pages were annoying, but also cute. I loved being in Lynn Painter's writing and like having Liz and Wes around and being like in their heads. It was cute. I loved the playlist. Not all the songs, because some of them were weird, but I loved listening to the playlist with this. It was so good. But yeah, most of it was really annoying, but then it was worth it by the end, and there were some really cute moments. But I wish we had more of them together, and not just the annoying part at the beginning. That's all I have to say, but I did rate it highly. I think I rated it a 4-star because it was fun. And I read it in like 5 days, which is pretty fast for me, especially seeing as it's like 400 pages long. And I annotated it, not like a lot, but I did annotate it. It was fun. It was a good book overall. I think I gave it a 4-star. It's like a barely 4-star, but it is a 4-star. I also rated this, I think, 4.5 stars because it was really fun and entertaining and good. And I'm gonna read the next book and hopefully the entire series. And lastly, for the books that I read The Gilded Cage by Lynette Noni. This book, I knew the things that would have to happen in this book from the ending of The Prison Healer, but it didn't make me like it any better because it was just really annoying. But the first up to like here was really good. It was like fun, friendship building, interesting with the politics and all that sort of thing, a little suspenseful. But then, towards the end, things just started happening. It was really good, don't get me wrong. The ending was crazy. It was so good. I loved it. But, like, made me mad. But I'm gonna rate this, like, 4.75 or 4.5. I'm not quite sure yet if I liked it more than the other 2 books. But I'm pretty sure I did, because I love this world. I love Kiva, and I love Jaren, and I love Kaladin, and I love the whole place and everything. Fantastic read. Fantasy, YA. All of these were YA, by the way. No spice in the romance. I just absolutely loved this book, and I cannot wait to read the 3rd book. Oh my goodness, I need to buy that now and read it because it's so good. That was the last book I read. Now let's get on with the audiobooks, and I just did a bunch of things with this bullet journal, and I love it. It's so cute. I got some ideas from Rachel Catherine and some from Pinterest, so that's fun. I might do a flip through if you want. Okay, first audiobook I read was Waterfall by Lisa T. Berggren. I think that's how you say it. This was such a fun, like, historical romance, I guess you could call it. It was kind of in the King Arthur time, and this girl and her sister, their mom is a person who deals with, like, rocks and digs and graves and like ancient artifacts. I forgot what that's called, but they go in this tomb and put their hands on this wall and then go back in time, like a long time, to the King Arthur days, and they get separated. It was such a cute romance. Oh my goodness, it was so fun and good, and loved it. And it was like so good. The ending was interesting. It was like kind of a cliffhanger. And I do really want to get to the rest of the series. I think it's a 3-book series, and it was so fun and just really good. It was YA. It has some Christian elements to it too, which was really cool, and I liked it. I liked how they did it because it wasn't like over the top, because sometimes I don't love it when it's like in your face. And if you didn't know this, I am a Christian, and I do love like consuming that sort of stuff. But sometimes it's too in your face and they make it weird. But this one, I really liked how they did it, and it was just really interesting. And then I read or listened to One of Us is Back by Karen M. McManus. This is, I think, the 3rd book in the series. That's kind of new. The 3rd book is kind of new. It's the 3rd book to One of Us is Lying, which is an interesting mystery that had me on my toes. And I read the 2nd book, which I absolutely loved as well, because the characters are slightly different and they're just so cute and fun. And this one, mystery, it was a little repetitive and a little bit too much, but it was still good. I still love the characters. I like Bronwyn and Nate. I think they're the couple, but I'm not sure. Either way, them separately, I love them both. Yeah, I just love them. Their characters are just fantastic. Then I listened to Restore Me by Tahira Mafi. This is the 4th book in the Shadow Me series, I think. This one kind of made me mad. Kind of frustrating, but it was really good because we get like growth, change, character stuff, development, things we really needed. We needed that. That one was good. Not my absolute favorite of the series, but I still liked it. I gave that one like a 3.75, 4-ish, in that range. Then I listened to A River of Royal Blood by Amanda Joy. This was actually super surprising and super good. It's a fantasy, like political fantasy, high stakes kind of rival heirs, that kind of thing, with some plot twists and some fun action, and it was really good. The world building is like kind of confusing but also kind of easy to understand. I don't know how that works, but I don't know. It was really good. You guys should read it. I heard it randomly from Sarah Caroli a while ago, and I like never got around to it, but I was like, I'm reading that, even though she said like 2 words about it. I'm like, yes, please, thank you. And I finally got to it, and I absolutely loved it. Next, I read Defy Me, the fifth book in the Shatter Me series. That one was crazy. We revealed a lot of things, and a lot of things happened that were kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna read the next one soon, hopefully. But that was a crazy book. It was good though. I think I liked that one better than the other. But also, quick note, Restore Me, well, most of the Shatter Me series is no actual spice, but there's slightly like steamy scenes where it's alluded to, highly alluded to. It's a little bit more than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be completely closed door, if not just nothing. But there's more than I thought. So it's not completely YA, but there's no explicit spice. So, but there is some questionable scenes. Then I read A Darker Shade of Magic, although that kind of took a week because I went from that to another book to that again. But eventually I fell in love with it. It was really good. It's by V.E. Schwab, if I didn't already say that. It's about a super complicated, complex magic system where the main character's in London, but he's in like Red London, I think, and there are different alternate universe Londons that all have their own color based on their type of magic, and one doesn't have any. I think they're Gray London. One, Black London, was consumed by its magic, so that's closed off. White London, I'm not quite sure, I forgot. But Red London is where he resides, but he can go between the worlds. And then there's this other girl that's like a pickpocket thief, and they meet up. They're unlikely pair that meet up eventually. And it was just super fun and good. And like, I loved the banter between the two, even though I don't know if there's gonna be romance, I doubt it, but I love their banter and their friendship. It was really fun, and I can't wait to read the next 2 books. I think it's a trilogy. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a trilogy. Then I read If I Never Met You by Vari McFarlane. This one was kind of crazy. There's no spice, but they talk about a lot of things that I'd rather not hear about. It is adult. It's a romance, but it was really good, but also not my kind of book. Like, they talk about a lot of things that I don't care to hear, and I don't know, but it was good. It was a fun romance. I think Vari McFarlane always has like heavier topics and like grief sometimes, breakups usually. And this one was a lot about getting over somebody who you've been with for a long time and like how you deal with that. At least that was what the main character went through. That was a good book, but it wasn't my favorite. I'm giving that a 3-star, but it was good. I'd say it definitely adult, so read it older and take it with a grain of salt. I did enjoy it. It just wasn't fully what I want to hear. But yeah, that was the last audiobook I listened to in January. Crazy. January's already over. It's already February. But yeah, come back next time, hopefully soon, for my next video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you liked any of these books or if you've read any of them. Come back soon, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers!